Hello, so today we will see some examples on commutative and associative properties. So our first example is very simple. We just have 72 plus 104 plus 96 plus 28. You could of course do it the way you probably already know, which is just adding 72 plus 104 plus 96 and just going from left to right. However, we already have some properties that we can use which will make this addition a lot easier. So in this case, you might notice that you can rearrange these values in a way that would make addition easier. So for example, if we were to add from left to right and we had 104 plus 96 at the front, this would equal to 200, which would make it easier instead of having 72 plus 104, which is equal to 176, and then plus 96, just makes everything harder. So we could rearrange this addition to be in this, which would make it easier. However, we can now use the associative property to make it even easier. Since right here, if you go from left to right, you get 200, but then 272 plus 28, so that could be a little bit harder. We could do it like this. So if we were to associate 104 and 96 and also 72 and 28, you will find out by substitution that this is equal to 200 plus 100, which makes everything a lot easier, and your answer is 300. So you just need to look at it and see what is the best way to arrange the elements so that the addition becomes easier, and you can use your properties like we learned here, commutative, associative, and in this case substitution, to make everything easier. Now our next and last example is a little bit challenging, so let's read it. The product of 3 and the sum of x and y squared increased by the sum of 2x and y squared. So here we need to write and simplify this expression. First, what I like to do is analyze the sentence and find keywords. So for example, we have the product of, so here I know there's a times, of 3, and so I know that there's a times between 3 and something. Oh, that looks like an X, not a times. Okay, and the sum, so I know that this is multiply times the sum of something, so that must be in parentheses, the sum of x and y squared. So here, since the squared is right after the y, we know that it only pertains to y, so it's x plus y squared. Very well. Now that this whole thing, we already got the product of, is increased, so increase means plus sign, by the sum. So now we have a sum right here, so there's going to be a plus in the middle. But let's see of what? Of 2x and y squared. So this is our first step, which is writing the expression. Well, now we must simplify it. So let's rewrite it right here. So we have 3x plus y squared plus 2x plus y squared, if I'm not mistaken. Let's recheck. Very well. So now we can rearrange this by using distributive property first. So here's the distributive property, which is 3x plus 3y squared plus 2x plus y squared. Now, using the commutative property, we can rearrange the terms to 3x plus 2x plus 3y squared plus y squared. So we, as you can see here, we put together the like terms, and now we can just add. I guess this would be associative first. So associative. So we will associate the like terms like so. And now last we have substitution. And we can just add 3x plus 2x is 5x. And 3y squared plus y squared is 4y squared. And this is our answer.